Hey guys, Dante here, and today, finally, I will be doing my review of Serika Restaurant in Orinda, California. I'll be rating the restaurant on a 1 to 10 scale based on my personal experience in 3 different aspects: general atmosphere, quality of food served, and the hospitality of the waitstaff. Afterwards, I'll wrap up with my overall opinions of the night, as well as discussing whether or not Nello and my experience there is worth the price. Keep in mind, this video review and Nello's blog are based solely on our opinions, specifically of the night that we attended Serika Restaurant. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay guys, immediately this restaurant gets very high rating because of the atmosphere. The moment you walk in, everybody greets you. Well, not everybody, but every member of the staff greets you. Very warm, very friendly, very genuine. I felt genuinely welcome to be in this restaurant. They seemed genuinely happy to have us. The music is beautiful, great Japanese instrumental music. It's not played too loud, but it's not too low that you can't hear it. It's silence, nothing like that. The lighting is beautiful, just the whole atmosphere. They've got Japanese paintings on the walls. They've got like little mock paper doors. It's really cool. It feels very authentic. I've never personally been to Japan, but I would expect if I were to go to Japan and just walk into a random like sushi bar or some form of restaurant in that leaf, it would feel like this. It feels very warm. It's very comforting. The place is set up very nicely. There's a lot of seating. It didn't get too busy when we sat inside, but as we continued our meal, it got much busier. But even as it got busier, it never got too loud. It was always very calm. It was always very serene. You feel comfortable. It almost feels like a second home. Granted, that might be because we've been there a number of times, and that just might be the way that we feel about it. But I also, in putting that aside, I honestly walked in feeling like just peaceful. It was very, very nice. So overall, I would say I'd have to rate the general ambiance of this restaurant probably 9 out of 10. That would be my rating. All right, guys, this is the big one: the quality of the food served at Serika. Before I go any further, Nello and I did make a little bit of a mistake in our introduction video by calling it a sushi restaurant. That is not completely true. It is a Japanese restaurant first and foremost. They have sushi, but they also have a lot of other things on their menu. They have a lot of meats, cooked meats, steaks, chickens, sauteed squid, a lot of tempura, traditional gyoza. It's all very, very good. It's very extensive. So if you're not a fan of raw fish specifically, they do have cooked fish. If you're not a fan of seafood, they still have steak and chicken and all that good stuff, and they certainly have vegetarian options as well. I'm not a vegetarian, so I haven't really taken a look at that side, but whatever. When it comes to the quality of the food, perfect. The fish is fresh. It's not pre-cut. You actually get to see, like I said, we sat at the bar, we got to see it made, and you could see them just take the big slab of fish out, slice it there, put everything together. It was done very, very well. A number of their nigiri sushi options have little twists, like their salmon. They'll put a little thing of avocado on it before they wrap it with the with seaweed. It's all very, very good. They put, I'm not sure what kind of spice on top of the white tuna, the albacore, but it's very well. It tastes very good. Sorry, I'm slipping over my words here. But the presentation as well is gorgeous. They have these plates that are shaped like leaves, just giant leaves, pottery plates. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. All of their plating looks perfect. It's set up nicely. It's cut perfectly. It's truly, it's art. Whenever I think of food art, I think of the arrangement of their sushi. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, and it all tastes heavenly. Everything is cooked to perfection. Everything that's cooked, perfect. With something like an octopus or a squid where you expect that kind of tough meat, it's not too terribly tough. If there's such a thing, it was the perfect toughness. It was amazing to eat, amazing to look at. Overall, hands down, 100%, 10 out of 10, easily. Okay, so when it comes to the service, there's a couple of things that I need to touch upon. We sat ourselves, so it wasn't like we had to wait at all for seats. Again, it was very quiet and not very filled when we came in, so things were happening very, very quickly. We got our little our hand towels. They give you warm, wet hand towels to kind of clean your hands with. Got those quickly. Those are taken away quickly. We got our drink orders very, very fast. Maybe a minute or two after she took our order. Brought us our drinks. I had a hot tea. He had a Coke. They also have beer and sake. Very, very good choices. Probably should have mentioned that in the food aspect of the review, but it's here now. Oh well. Once we put in our order, it went up on the line. Again, you get to see the chefs make the food, which is a whole lot of fun when you're sitting on the bar. Kind of adds a nice little aspect to it. I'm adding the chefs into this as well. The chefs are very, very efficient. There's no wasted motion in what they do. You see one person at their station. If they have to move to go get something, another person takes their spot on that station. Everybody helps each other out. It's a very, very well-oiled machine. With that being said, we did have a couple of orders that came out a little bit late or not at all. We had a couple of hand rolls that we ordered that we had to ask a couple of times for, and so unfortunately that does take a couple of points off the rating for, like I said, this experience. Normally they are very, very quick, but again, I'm rating on this particular time that we went. And this time, you know, they were very, very quick in some aspects, and then other aspects, like I said, the hand rolls, had to ask a couple of times. They were very understanding, they were very welcoming, they were very helpful. But unfortunately, that little aspect has to take a couple of points off. So I would say my rating for the service would probably be a 7 out of 10 for this particular time. Alright, so let's review. The general atmosphere, I gave a 9 out of 10. The quality of the food, a full perfect score, 10 out of 10. Well received. Waitstaff, the service, not so much. Again, because of the little hand roll hiccup I mentioned earlier, I have to give it a 7 out of 10 on service. But overall, the general night from start to finish was very, very pleasant. Again, a beautiful atmosphere. The food was perfect. The presentation was beautiful and artistic. The service, yes, there's a couple of hiccups here and there, but overall it was a good restaurant. You know, it was a good time. I highly recommend you guys check this restaurant out. Between the two of us, Nello and I spent about $90. Granted, we had a lot of sushi. We had a lot of food, and sushi isn't cheap, unfortunately. Trust me, if it was, I'd be eating it for every meal. But for the quality of the fish that you get, for the service that you get on a normal day, even with a couple of hiccups here and there, which are pretty much rare, for the atmosphere that you get, for just the overall experience. When you walk out, you're satisfied, you're happy, and I cannot stress enough, I love this place. I go there often, and even if this was my first time in the restaurant, I would go again. I would go again and again and again, get my sushi, get my tea, have some company. You know, it's a great place just to dine for sushi for yourself, to bring a date, especially if they like seafood, or just, you know, to have a nice little family time or friend hangout. It's a great place. It's all encompassing. So again, I definitely recommend it. Go. Nello and I visited Serika Restaurant on July 28th, 2012. I hope you enjoyed my review, but please don't just take my word for it. If you want to know what Nello thought, head over to his blog at nellocaleats.blogspot.com. Also, in case you're interested in going there yourself and checking it out, here's some information that you need to know. I'll also put a link in the description to Google Maps just in case you guys are as lazy as I am. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more food reviews coming soon.